We had a team meeting Monday, and I thought it went very well. Got a lot on the table. There's some hurt feelings, obviously, with Coach Pittman not being here anymore, and a couple of the defensive guys not being here anymore. And I understand that, and the players understand that they need to move on and have a great finish to the next 9 weeks so that they can be marketable, whether that's going into the NFL, staying here, or transferring. They need to have a very, very productive 9 weeks, as do I and the assistant coaches. So we've just been trying to focus on that. Went out yesterday, and I felt like we had a good practice. There was a great attitude out there. Guys were going full speed. We still got a lot of things to work on, a lot of things to get better at. But the effort and attitude was there, and I was encouraged by what I saw.
First up, we'll go to Tom Murphy, the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Yeah, good morning, Bobby. I'm wondering, when you are going to tinker with defensive schemes midway through a season and you've got 2 weeks for your next game, what are the challenges you face, and how broadly can you change things?
Yeah, I don't know if tinker is the right word. I think what we're working on is things that we have in the system that we can make our base and get players to understand it better, get players to play faster, get all 11 guys on the same field to do their job on every single play, and have it all work together. There was a lot of defense in. There was a lot of assignment errors and confusion, and we're really working hard at making sure that goes away and we can get lined up, get in a great stance, get our eyes where they belong, and play together as a unit.
Okay, I'm also wondering, are you any closer to the, on-field hire, and are you leaning toward linebackers coach or a D-line coach on that?
I'm working hard on it. We've been working on it now for a couple of days. I think I got the guy I want, but I haven't had the stamp, okay, move ahead, let's go yet, but working hard on it.
Next, we'll go to Mike Griffith with the AJC.
Hey, Coach. I asked a couple coaches earlier on the teleconference, kind of looking at this at 10,000 feet, and I know you're very close to it, but the mid-season coaching changes, it hasn't just happened at Arkansas. We've seen it at some other very prominent programs. From 10,000 feet, what's the advantage of making a move earlier in the season rather than waiting as was once traditional? I know things have changed.
Yeah, I'm not sure you're asking the right guy on that one. I'm not a big fan of it. I think that when you start something that you try to finish it, and we always got to keep the players in mind. But it's not really up to us as coaches to do that. So we're trying to make sure here that we have our players come into the building every day and have a great attitude, a great work ethic, enjoy themselves, have fun with it, and give them a way that we can win football games. So that's all I know.
Appreciate you answering difficult questions. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Next will be Andrew Hutchison of the Best of Arkansas Sports.
Hey, Bobby, as a follow-up to the staff question, while you wait for that stamp of approval, kind of who's handling coaching the linebackers at practice? I assume Coach Wilson is still doing defensive line, but how do y'all break that up?
Yeah, we've got a couple of young guys that have been working there, and obviously Coach Wilson is splitting some time between the D-line and the linebackers. We've got two young graduate assistants that are helping him. So right now, between the two positions, we've got 3 guys and him overseeing it. Sometimes it's really good to meet together with the front and the linebackers, and one of our huge things that we're working on right now is our run fits. So the ability to install that, watch the video, see how it all works together is not a bad thing. It's kind of a good thing to have them all in the same room and go through those run fits.
And how are you and your staff maybe handling the recruiting side of things right now? What's y'all's message to the commitments or other potential prospects?
Yeah, we're just trying to continue the relationships that we've had. I felt like we did a really good job of recruiting here. We have a good group, and we all do understand that we're going to lose some guys. That's the nature of the business, and there's guys that I know there's a guy a couple days ago or the next day that really, really wants to come here, is really interested in this, but mom and dad don't want him to be left out in the cold, so he decommitted from us. So I mean, it's life for them too, and a lot of unanswered questions. We're just going to continue to build the relationships we have, and continue to understand the young men that it's about the University of Arkansas and how much you liked it here when you're on your visit and going to school and getting your degree, and the football part of it will take care of itself.
Next is Jackson Fuller of the Times Record.
Hey, Bobby, just wondering, what's the balancing act when you maybe spoke with the team between, challenging these guys over the next 9 weeks and also, providing that comfort of the hurt feelings that you spoke of in your opening statement?
Yeah, I don't really know what the balancing act is. I know that I tried to let them understand that everybody in the room is feeling some of the things that have hurt and don't feel right, and something that I came here to coach the quarterbacks, coordinate the offense. I came here because Coach Pittman was a man that reached out to me, and I developed a really close friendship with him and respect him tremendously. And I woke up and now he's no longer here. So I have the same feelings that a lot of people in the room had. And then we have to understand it. And then you try to go out and do something positive for somebody and then get back to what's important to you before it happens. So that's kind of how I've always handled a crisis, is to make sure you mourn properly, make sure you do something positive for somebody, and then get back to what was important to you before.
Appreciate it. And, any separate conversations, like maybe one-on-one with Talon or some of the other leaders in the locker room? I mean, how important are those guys going to be over the next 9 weeks?
Yeah, we had a lot of one-on-one conversations too, and not just with me. Everybody's trying to get their players in and visit with them one-on-one, and the leaders, everybody on the team, really. So like I said, I was very impressed at the attitude we took the field with yesterday and the work ethic that we had on the field.
Next we'll have Trey Biddy of Hog Sports.
Yeah, Coach, I was wondering, you said there was nobody that had discussed entering the transfer portal. I was wondering after the meeting if there was any action with that front.
No, we had everybody in the weight room all day yesterday lifting, and everybody out on the practice field. Everybody attended meetings on time. I think they all understand, and that was one of the things I tried to address with them right off the bat. And there's actually no benefit to going into the transfer portal right now. The only thing it can hurt is you, financially, and no ability to go in and play right away, and no video on tape to make you, your transition, if you're going to transfer somewhere, marketable. So there's really no reason for anyone to go into the transfer portal. And I think once I laid it out that way for the players, they understood it.
How soon do you guys start diving into Tennessee? I know there's a lot of other stuff on the plate, obviously, but with the bye week, how soon do you want to get a start on that?
Well, we got to start on that on Sunday evening, early Monday morning. We've been working on it. Part of practice yesterday was versus Tennessee. I always like to, on bye weeks, go back and work some ones versus ones, twos versus twos, and then also have a couple periods a day that are, segments a day, I guess I should say, that are versus Tennessee. And it allows you to just work on one emphasis. Like today's emphasis is going to be third and short and third and medium. Yesterday was 1st and 10 and blitz. So it's just how you break it up and try to get better as individuals, and then try to make sure we get a head start on the preparation for the game.